Michael Moisakenyi, and this is a weeding bot. The idea evolved and evolved more and more as I did more research on how to tackle the problem of weeding. That's how I developed this as a solution, as a prototype for a solution. This is because many young people, or many people are drifting to the urban areas while still people need to eat. And the number one problem to good crop yields is weeds, because they compete for food, they compete for resources, and the current methods of weeding involve a lot of herbicides, and herbicides also affect the crop yields, and they are costly, and for some horticultural products they are not also they don't have enough data for the herbicide to create effective herbicides. So a mechanical solution was the best solution. Okay, first of all, this robot needs to move. So it's designed for mobility, is the wheels. And since a farm is pretty constrained about movement because it can easily just run above the crops, it has a good steering mechanism that can turn on the spot, a 90-degree turn on the spot. That is enabled by these servo motors. Then it has the weeding tool here at the back that it drags along, that eradicates the weeds between the rows. And then the robotic arm, which is actuated when the camera identifies a weed. Then this camera also, when it sees a cabbage, it helps the robot navigate away from it or towards it to keep aligned to the row. And then there's a microcomputer here for the analysis of all that, the artificial intelligence, the code, because this runs automatically. It's controlled from this microcomputer here. It's a Raspberry Pi. And then motor controllers, 2 of them, and just basically other wires and the DC motors for moving. And now when it sees a cabbage, it calculates the distance that the camera is from the cabbage, and then the robot acts accordingly, either to come closer or go further away, so that it keeps always a certain distance from the row. So right now it's taking a photo of the cabbage. It is, as noticed, there's a cabbage in the frame. Yeah. Now it is checking the distance to see whether it should adjust. Now it has seen it is within the appropriate distance that it should be away from the robot. Yeah. So it is moving again in front. I set it at 10 centimeters for now, so that it doesn't go so far. Yeah. So now it is checking again the frame of the camera to see if this other frame still has the. When it sees a weed, it recognizes it as a weed, and then that is enabled through the object detection. So it only recognizes cabbages and weeds. Yeah, and does classification on that to determine whether it is a cabbage or a weed. The weeding robot actually drops it just there on top of the farm, because it's research shown that weeds desiccate when their roots are exposed, and therefore they are even better they are better for mulching, which is also a weed protection mechanism, and also it's manure. There was a lot of challenges because getting the resources, the components was hard, because they are not readily available in Kenya. vis-a-vis the high cost of some components, which also causes a drag, and the artificial intelligence, because it's a new area. It's hard to get good info on that, so it was a bit of I needed to put extra effort there. I also wish to encourage other people to try daunting tasks and try to create African solutions for African problems, vis-a-vis just importing asking other people abroad to solve our problems, which they solve with the knowledge they have from their area. So this is also a hope to inspire other people to stretch their limits. The hurdles are many, but it is doable.